On March 12, 2020, UGA closed their campus due to coronavirus. Since reopening in August, there has been a mask mandate to prevent spikes in cases. COVID-19 is a terrible pandemic that's taken the world by a storm and has demanded attention from all of 7 billion people who inhabit this earth. But could this earth be facing another pandemic that we are responsible for? Many are unaware of the consequences of using disposable masks. Mass pollution is becoming a leading factor in environmental degradation, and Bulldog community needs to be more aware of it.
The findings come as young people across the country head back to school. At the University of Georgia, in-person classes start today, and some fear all of the activity on campus will lead to case clusters. Right now, at least 15 states, including Georgia, have colleges and universities reporting positive COVID-19 cases. The clusters popping up, leading some schools to shut down campus just days into the semester.
Honestly, like that campus isn't as crowded right now.
Most everyone is wearing a mask. The university is encouraging them. UGA is also asking students to social distance, but at a school known for its party scene, will they? We asked this student if his group of friends is concerned about the virus.
Most of us that I've talked to, nobody really cares. Most of us that I've talked to, nobody really cares.
But at the University of Georgia, everyone is wearing masks, so we won't be using that today. Instead, we'll be using maybe the cotton mask or the surgical mask.
Here to there, disposable face masks greeted drivers everywhere along I-90 West near the Cleveland-Lakewood border.
So the surgical mask can pose a threat with, say, the sea turtles, the porpoises, or the Chinese white dolphins. They may see them as a food item, the same as we see around the world with plastic bags and things being consumed by these animals, and it blocks up their digestive tract, and then they starve to death. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 29 in just about half an hour?
The first question I wanted to ask you was, if you had to choose between a disposable mask and a reusable mask, which one would you choose and why?
I would probably choose the reusable masks just because, like, in the end, they're a lot more cheaper. You can just buy a bunch, and also you can get a lot of cute ones since we wear them out all the time, going to restaurants. You can kind of make it your own thing. So that's why I kind of prefer reusable masks. And the disposable ones are just they're just like not as cute. And I don't know. I feel like they're more expensive in the end, buying a bunch of boxes.
I typically wear reusable masks just because they're easier and you can rewash them and use them.
Usually go for disposable just because you can buy them in bulk, so it's cheaper. And I also tend to lose my reusable ones a lot. So I think it's just better for me, which is a little selfish, but yeah.
Our campus looks a lot different now, with tables outside of buildings to encourage social distancing, signs everywhere reminding students to mask up, but there is no information that's spread about the importance of using reusable masks.
If you had to guess what kind of environmental impact they've had around campus, what would you have to guess?
So I feel like a majority of students and faculty around campus probably use more of the reusable mask. I haven't seen that many disposable ones. I haven't like seen them lying on the ground or kind of disposed of improperly. So I feel like it hasn't had a crazy impact on campus, but I do work at a restaurant where we do provide a lot of disposable masks, and I feel like I see them run through them pretty quickly. So it probably has, there's been a lot more wastefulness, I would say, when it comes to disposable masks, because I just see people take them on, take them off, use them for like a couple of minutes. So I feel like maybe not on campus, but places where they're readily available, like, you know, restaurants or businesses like that.
Mm-hmm. I do see them the most given out at places where like restaurants and like events and stuff that we're starting to have. So do you think masks in general have had a good or bad impact on the environment?
I don't really know. Like, we can't really know right now because it hasn't been that long since we started using them so often. So we can't really say for sure.
Honestly, I haven't thought much about it just because it's kind of a new norm in our society. And yeah, I just haven't given much thought to it.
If you had to guess the proper way to dispose of a mask, what would you say?
I just throw it away.
That's what most people have said, and we are trying to bring awareness to how to properly dispose of masks because we have seen in several instances, even at the University of Georgia, where there was a professor that had his dog get involved with a mask and ate it, and the strings like kind of affected him. So you're supposed to clip the mask and clip the string so that it doesn't affect animals or, you know, just the environment in general because it can affect them. And even though there's not long-term data and research on it, we're trying to do that right now and like bring awareness.
Don't you just throw them away? I don't know. Can you recycle them? I don't know.
Obviously, throw it in the garbage. If you were to take it off and be done with it, like don't throw it on the ground or anything like that. But also, I really haven't thought about it until one of my professors said that his dog ate a mask and one of the strings got wrapped around like his internal organs and like had to be surgically removed because it, you know, obviously did some damage. So just whenever I think people dispose them, like really think about like the parts that go around your ears and maybe clip them because if an animal did get a hold of it, it could really hurt them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just obviously throw it away and maybe think about, you know, breaking the little ties.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. And that's like definitely what we're trying to bring awareness to because I think that's the biggest thing that's affecting the environment right now. So it can affect animals, like you said, and just I think long term, it's not going to be good for the environment. So.
$129 billion. That's how many masks the world has been throwing out every month during the pandemic. This has caused an enormous amount of waste, raising concerns about a new type of plastic pollution.
Disposable masks are made of plastic, so they hardly decompose, remaining as microplastics. As they can't be recycled, they are either burned or buried in landfills, which is a huge burden on nature.
Walking down the street, masks that weren't thrown away properly or that got left out during the disposal process are easy to spot. These have become a new hazard for wildlife. Masks and latex gloves are being washed up along coasts around the world, threatening marine lives. Animals get tangled in the ear straps of single-use masks or even ingest those materials. One French environmental group reported that they helped over 900 animals cut in trash since the beginning of the lockdown. Viruses or germs remaining on the cover of the masks is also an issue raised in the disposal process.
The coronavirus can last 24 hours and even up to 7 days on a surgical mask. One piece of research showed detectable levels of infectious virus could still be present on the outer layer of the mask.
Discarding masks properly is as important as wearing them in the first place. To lower the chance of secondary infections, take off the masks by the loops without touching the outside of the mask. Then fold the contaminated part inwards and fold it in half 2 more times. To prevent the mask from being a danger to wild animals, cut the straps in half and then wrap them around the mask so that it doesn't open up. Throw it away, but make sure the mask stays in the garbage can.
Efforts to properly dispose of used masks are being spread on social media. Those participating say the simple act of indifference may have a terrible effect further along the line. 최정윤, 아리랑 뉴스.
So do you don't ever wear the one-time only ones that you just throw away?
I do if I don't have any clean, reusable ones that day.
Every day we face the choices that impact our future. It's up to us to keep our earth clean and put a stop to using disposable masks.